Hello, Victoria.
Hi, Gary.
Hi. We are meeting actually in behalf of your 72-year-old mother who was 5 years ago, I believe, diagnosed with dementia, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So, how does that dementia unfold in her life?
Um, well, she has trouble getting words out and forming words. Um, she has a lot of mobility issues now. They seem to be getting kind of worse. Um, she's had grand mal seizures, which have started about a year and a half ago.
And how often do those happen?
She's kind of on a 6-week cycle,
Okay.
sometimes less, but usually she's around 6 weeks.
When was the last one?
On Thursday,
And so today is, what is today?
Sunday.
Sunday. So it's 3 or 4 days ago.
Yeah,
So you got another 6 weeks to go before you expect typically
maybe,
another one. Okay.
maybe. She was actually
Okay.
a little early. She was only 4 weeks when she had this one.
Okay. All right. And keep going. Tell me more about the symptoms.
Um, she has lost a lot of weight. Um, had trouble eating. They decided it was because of her pancreas. She had a pancreatic attack as well as the grand mal seizure all happened on the same night a year and a half ago. There was a blockage in her pancreas. So since then, they had decided she had chronic pancreatitis. They put her on quite a heavy-duty pain medication. It's called fentanyl. It's a narcotic. Um, she was on that for quite a while, lost a lot of weight. She had probably been about 130 pounds at the time that it happened, and she's currently now at 85 pounds.
Okay. Let me interject something if I may. As it turns out, my with our video connection with Skype is not the best, and as it turns out right now, my video is pretty fuzzy. Yours is fine. Now,
Okay.
mine just switched back. Okay, so I want to advise people looking in that Skype does that. Okay, so
Okay.
all right. But the other thing what I really want to zero in on is her dementia symptoms. If you could zero in on those for me.
Um, well, mainly it's she recognizes us. She can't remember names. On a rare occasion, she can pull out a name, but usually it's for us anyways. We don't have her on any dementia medications, which has made a big difference. She still recognizes who we are. Can't pull out names. She mutters a lot, talks a lot about other, like, people from the past, a lot of hims and hers, and well, she did this and then she did that, but she can't tell me who they are or give me a name.
Okay.
Um, sometimes she can talk about specific things, sometimes she can't. She has a lot of issues in the bathroom. She doesn't like people touching her. Um,
When you say issues in the bathroom, you mean using the toilet and stuff?
she can still use the toilet, but she needs to be taken to it. Like, somebody needs to help to walk her there. Um, and then pulling down her pants is a huge issue. She'll use the bathroom, and then she needs help to be wiped. That's a big issue. That usually fires up a whole lot of emotions and whatnot.
Okay.
Um, she has trouble getting ready for the day, so we have people that come in to help her, get dressed and washed and stuff, and that's a huge issue as well. A lot of trouble around that area.
Okay. Let me ask you this, if I may. If what we do here is successful for her,
Yes.
how would you know it? I'm looking for ways to measure. Now, you just gave me a bunch of stuff that, like, for example, she doesn't like people to touch her. So I would imagine if we were successful and you went
Yes.
up and put your hand on her shoulder, she would have a different response. Would I be correct in that?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So when you say people, even you can't touch her.
Yes, there are times in the bathroom. Out in the out in the living room or whatever. You can touch her, hold her hand. She's okay. But if you're trying to help her in the bathroom, it doesn't matter who it is. You can't help.
Okay. Okay. So, I mean, you gave me a list of things here, and obviously we're not the only way we can measure. The only way you can know whether or not what we're doing is going to be successful, and this is going to be a real challenge for other reasons that we'll bring up in a few moments here. But the only way we're going to know is to have some kind of measurement, and that's going to be won't be able to do it numerically. I don't think like
Yeah.
she was at 8 on something and now she's a 2 or something, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to be more subjective, more tangible.
Yes.
Do I remember correctly in a previous conversation we had that she doesn't recognize her husband?
No, she recognizes him.
Oh, but she'll wake up and he'll be in bed,
Yes.
and she'll think it's a strange man.
Yes.
How often does that happen?
Maybe once or twice a month. Sometimes it could happen as much as once a week, but usually maybe once or twice a month. And then, I mean, she like screams the house down. Like if we had neighbors, they would think we were killing her.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, in a previous conversation, we talked about the cause of this.
Yes.
And in your opinion, there are two possibilities. One is what the doctors say.
Yes.
Right? Including hereditary factors. And in fact, it's actually, I wrote this down. It's frontal temporal mixed vascular dementia.
Yes.
But anyway, they point to a number of physical things. I think diabetes is one of those, high blood pressure is another one, and things like that. Okay. You have a different view of that, and tell me what that is.
I believe she was abused, quite possibly sexually abused when she was 12 or 13.
Okay. And as a result, this is, I mean, it's, if I remember correctly, this is something she doesn't want to talk about. You can't get, you're actually speculating. You've had to be with other therapists before, and they have surmised this in the past. Any topic even around that she avoids. Do I have that right?
Yes.
And so, I mean, there's lots of evidence, if you will, not necessarily proof, that she was significantly abused sexually, perhaps otherwise, at early ages. She also, if I recall it correctly, hates her father.
Yes.
We don't know, but we could put together that he may have been a perpetrator if there was sexual abuse and so on.
Yes.
And so the idea here is that is such an ominous event in her life. It's something she would like to forget.
Yes.
And that would be a non-medical reason for this. There are other people that have high blood pressure and that have diabetes and that have this, that, and the other thing who don't have dementia.
Yes.
And I don't want to play doctor here because I'm a long way from a doctor. But where we come at it from EFT is we're looking for emotional causes. So what we're going to address here is the potential emotional causes for this. And what's challenging here, which is going to be very interesting, not only to me and those listening, but to you and hopefully your mother, is that we're going to do this surrogately. She's not able really to have this occur for her. So we are going to do this surrogately as though we are her. And we have lots of experience saying that surrogate work indeed does work on other people. We have a lot of experience with that. Is it perfect? Do we get 100%? No. Is it worth doing? Yes. Will we get results? We don't know. We don't even know if we can measure them. And because we don't even know specifically what went on that might be the emotional cause, we have to guess at that. Okay?
Yeah.
So, talk about a challenge.
Hope you're up for it.
Well, yes. Let's talk about the surrogate work for a moment. Just so we put a little perspective on here. I've done surrogate work lots with people. I have done it with entire audiences and had major numbers, and I do it for the whole audience. Don't even know specifically what their issues are. And big sections of them, like 80% of them, thereabouts, 70%, 80%, get some noticeable improvement on what they're doing, even though I'm doing all the tapping on me for them, and they're just sitting there. Okay? So that all gets to the point that we're all connected in some fashion. I've been on stage with people. One lady, for example, had a very severe back pain. It was a lower back pain. It was like an 8 or 9. And had been that way for several days. She was in this workshop. She didn't even know why she would come because she didn't think she could sit through it, the pain and all that. She came up on stage. She never tapped at all, and within a few minutes, the pain was gone. Okay, so there are other times I do it, and it doesn't seem like much happens. Okay, so I'm only pointing that out. There is something about the fact that we are all connected, even though it doesn't appear that way to our senses. But from a spiritual point of view, we're sort of all one. That's the idea we're getting into. But we have lots of evidence that there's some truth in that. Okay. So,
absolutely.
All right. So, I think what I'd like to do, these are always experiments, is to have you become your mother.
Okay.
That is, we don't have to go through any ritual on that. You just are going to be your mother.
Okay.
You're going to be Donna.
Okay.
And I am going to do a session with you, Donna.
Okay.
Okay?
Sure.
Now, I'm actually doing it with Victoria. Okay?
Yeah.
We're not fooling anybody here. So, I may from time to time ask you, as Victoria, what you might think,
Sure.
But in the meantime, you're going to just try to be here. I'm going to ask you questions, and since you're speculating and don't know,
Okay.
you're going to have to guess at that. And
Yeah.
I know you're guessing, so I'm going to try to arrange the words here in ways that are going to be hopefully most useful. And we're not going to know if this is going to work until time goes on, you see how your mother responds.
Okay.
Okay?
Perfect.
So, since you are going to be your mother, would I call her Donna, by the way? Is that how she'd like to be called, or should I call her something else?
No, Donna.
Donna, okay. So I'll call her Donna. You're going to have to adopt a posture as Donna, different than Donna can actually do, because she's not really able to speak all that well and remember things all that well, etc. So, you're sort of a stand-in, but you are Donna for these purposes, okay?
Okay.
So you know where the tapping points are? You're a newbie at EFT, I gather.
Yep.
You've done it with some success in other areas.
Yes.
But you do know where the tapping points are.
Yes.
Okay. So let's see what happens. Okay.
Okay.
Hello, Donna.
Hello.
Donna, I understand somewhere around age 12 or 13, you had an experience, one or more experiences you really don't want to talk about. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. I know you don't want to talk about them, but we're trying to help you. So, as best as you can recollect, what happened?
I was in the bathroom. I was doing bathroom type things. My father came in and started touching me not the way a father should.
Sexually?
Yes.
Okay. And how did you feel about that?
I felt disgusted, angry, violated,
Okay.
a lot of rage.
Now, I'm going to presume, but you tell me if I'm wrong, Donna, that this wasn't the only event, and there eventually more went on than just touching. Would I be correct?
Yes.
There was actual sexual intercourse.
Yes.
There was forced oral sex.
Possibly.
Okay. You don't remember?
No.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you, Victoria, as I ask these questions. Do you get emotional intensity as I ask these questions, you personally?
Yes.
At what number?
Mm,
0 to 10.
Probably 7.
Okay. Is that because you've had similar experiences, or you're feeling for your mother?
I'm feeling for my mother.
Okay. All right. We're back to Donna. Tap with me. By the way, Donna, I'm going to assume that you're a 10 on this. If you were to close your eyes and vividly reimagine this, I'm going to assume you're going to be a 10. You're going to be back into rage, anger, disgust, and so on. Okay?
Yes.
And what we're going to try to do with the EFT, tapping process is we're not going to change what happened, but we're hoping to bring down the emotional response to it. Okay?
Yes.
And we're going to do it gently at first. I'm going to be very kind of global and general about this, and then we're going to get closer and closer down to very specific things. Okay? So it'll be easier as we go along. Okay? So tap with me. Even though I was in the bathroom.
Even though I was in the bathroom.
No, I'm going to be more global still. Even though I've had experiences.
Even though I've had experiences.
I'd rather not have had.
I'd rather not have had.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
These bad experiences.
These bad experiences.
These bad experiences.
These bad experiences.
If you just take 4 fingers and tap between your eyebrows, that's kind of an easy way to do it. Okay, you get both sides. These bad experiences.
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 Keep going.
These bad experiences. These bad experiences. These bad experiences.
Okay, you were doing this. That's okay. What I tend to have people do nowadays is to make a fist and thump at the top of your breastbone, about where a man would knot his tie, right about there.
Okay.
That way you get both sides. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. Tap with me again. Even though I've had these bad experiences.
Even though I've had these bad experiences.
And they involved my body.
And they involved my body.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
And I forgive myself just in case I had any contribution to this.
And I forgive myself just in case I had any contribution to this.
And I'm open to the possibility.
And I'm open to the possibility.
That I might be able to forgive or at least understand anybody else involved.
That I might be able to possibly forgive.
Or at least understand.
Or at least understand.
Anybody else who may have been involved.
Anybody else who may have been involved.
We're not excusing anybody's behavior.
We're not excusing anyone's behavior.
But we are open to possibly understanding it.
But I'm open to possibly understanding.
Because if I'm going to get freedom here.
Because if I'm going to get freedom here.
I'm going to need to have some peace on this.
I'm going to need to have some peace on this.
Okay. These bad experiences.
These bad experiences.
These bad experiences.
These bad experiences.
Understanding these bad experiences.
Understanding these bad experiences.
Keep going. Understanding these bad experiences.
Understanding these bad experiences. Understanding these bad experiences. Understanding these bad experiences. Understanding these bad experiences.
Okay. Guess for me, if you would, Donna, if you were to vividly imagine this again, recreate it in your own mind in vivid terms, would you still be a 10, do you think? It's okay if you are. I'm just curious.
Yes.
You think you would? Okay. Are you, Victoria, still a 7?
No, I think I might have went to a 6.
Okay. All right. Okay. Tap with me. We're gonna change just a little bit, Donna. We're gonna go to your father for the moment. Okay. Okay. Even though I've had bad experiences with my father,
Even though I've had bad experiences with my father,
which I'd really like to forget,
which I really like to forget,
and I have been, in a way, successful doing
in a way I've been successful doing
with dementia,
with dementia,
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I would like to have my memory back
I would like to have my memory back
and have peace on all memories with my father.
and have peace on all memories of my father.
I'd like to have them be just a memory
I'd like them to be just a memory
and not all the charge and anger and rage with them.
and not all the charge of anger and rage with them.
Okay. And I'm hoping that's possible.
And I'm hoping that is possible.
Okay. I'm hoping that's possible.
I'm hoping that's possible.
Let me get different words here. Reducing the rage.
Reducing the rage.
Keep going.
Reducing the rage. 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 Reducing the rage.
Okay. 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 I'm going to go a little bit. What I'm trying to do is get around some edges here as much as I can,
Yes.
and take some edges off. And so I'm kind of relying on some of what we talked about earlier. So with me, even though I really don't like to be touched,
Even though I don't really like to be touched,
even by my daughters,
even by my daughters,
especially in the bathroom.
especially in the bathroom.
Did I say that right? It's especially in the bathroom?
Yes.
If you tried to touch her in the kitchen, would she still recoil?
She'd be okay. She'd be okay in the kitchen.
Oh, but if you touch her in the bathroom.
Yeah, you take your life in your own hands.
Well, even just to put your hand on your shoulders like a there, mom, a loving touch, as opposed to, let's see if we can't remove some of your clothing and touch. Is there a difference between those?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I guess I need a distinction for what we're doing here. So if you're in the bathroom and you say, well, come on, Mom, we're going to help you, and you hold her hand or something, that's okay?
That's okay, yes.
That would be okay.
Yes.
But if you start to undo her belt,
Yes.
now you've got a problem.
Yes. Then she goes into dirty, 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 bad, 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 bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then she'll call you some new names that I won't repeat here.
Okay, I know you're speculating here. I want to get behind dirty, 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 bad, bad, bad. It could reflect sexual abuse in the bathroom. Yes. It could reflect some kind of conditioning, that elimination in the bathroom. This could be sometimes from religious places and from whatever else. Conditioning from parents. Oh, bad, bad, smelly, bad, terrible, not necessarily sexually related.
Yes. Well, yes. My grandfather was a bit of a clean freak. He would concoct different types of cleaning solutions, some of them extremely hazardous to one's health. But he himself had a lot of issues around cleanliness and cleaning and stuff. I'm sure that probably played into part with my mother.
Okay, so we could have two big-time influences here. You
Yes.
are guessing at the sexual
Yes.
intrusion.
Yes.
But we're not guessing so much at the more normal intrusion, if you will.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. All right. So, okay. Even though I have been conditioned
Even though I have been conditioned
to consider all bathroom activities dirty,
to consider all bathroom activities dirty,
I recognize that I do these things.
I recognize that I do these things.
My daughters do these things.
My daughters do these things.
My husband does these things.
My husband does these things.
My parents did these things.
My parents did these things.
Everybody I know does these things.
Everybody I know does these things.
It is normal.
It is normal.
It is absolutely normal.
It is absolutely normal.
And I would like to have a normal response.
And I would like to have a normal response.
I would like to be free of this.
I would like to be free of this.
And pass it by.
And pass it by.
I need to be free.
I need to be free.
Dirty, 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 dirty.
Dirty, 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 dirty.
Dirty, dirty, bad, 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 bad.
Dirty, dirty, bad, bad, bad.
No, dirty, 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 dirty.
Dirty, 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 dirty.
Bad, 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 bad.
Bad, 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 bad.
Keep going.
Bad, 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 bad. Dirty, 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 dirty. Bad, 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 bad.
Okay. Even though I've grown up my whole life.
Even though I've grown up my whole life.
Thinking dirty, 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 dirty.
Thinking dirty, 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 dirty.
For a perfectly normal thing.
For a perfectly normal thing.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept
I'm
myself.
going to stop here for a second. Does your mother have a religious persuasion?
Not really. She's a spiritual person, but I don't think she's ever, she became a Catholic when she married my father, but she's just more been a spiritual person, not really dead set on a particular religion by any means.
If I were to say something in this pepping process like, God would certainly forgive, would that land, or would she just go?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
All right, okay. So even though I may think it's dirty,
So even though I may think it's dirty,
God may not.
God may not.
And his opinion counts more.
And his opinion counts more.
How'd I do with that?
I think that was good, yeah. I think she would be good with that.
Okay. See, depending on how good she might be with that, we can cover over a lot of stuff with God.
True.
So give me as good a sense as you can of that, okay?
Of where she would be with God?
Yeah, if we start entering into the spiritual end of things, and the peaceful end of things, and the forgiving end of things.
What do you think? What was she like before Dad?
By the way, just so others know, you're talking to your sister Dawn, who's off camera,
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, I'm just trying to get from her a sense of what Mom's spiritual things were before she met my father, just to sort of gauge, like, did they go to church a lot, or was it more just a...
She used to take me as a child, so
Okay.
I think she'd be more than okay with that.
She thinks it should be more than okay with that. She would used to take my sister to church and stuff on her own, so...
Okay.
Yeah, we think
Well, we're guessing, but I'm inclined to use this lever if we can. We'll have to see what happens, okay?
Yep, definitely.
So even though I have been conditioned by my parents,
Even though I've been conditioned by my parents
and others, who are people in this world, that bathroom things are dirty, 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 bad, bad, bad.
That bathroom things are dirty, 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 bad, bad, bad.
God forgives everything.
God forgives everything.
God made us.
God made us.
Including the dirty, 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 bad, bad, bad.
Including the dirty, 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 bad, bad, bad.
And He forgives all.
And He forgives all.
And me.
And me.
And everyone.
And everyone.
And just imagine how we would be.
And just imagine how we would be.
If God didn't give us the ability to have the dirty.
If God didn't give us the ability to have the dirty.
That is, to use the bathroom.
that is to use the bathroom.
Okay. Things would get really dirty then.
Things would get really dirty then.
Thank you, God.
Thank you, God.
Thank you, God, for the dirty.
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 Go ahead.
Thank you, God, for the dirty. 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 Thank you, God, for the dirty.
And even though we all do the dirty,
even though we all do the dirty,
and we thank God for that,
and we thank God for that,
because He's allowing us to cleanse ourselves,
because He is allowing us to cleanse ourselves,
to take the proper nourishment from our food and drink,
to take the proper nourishment from our food and drink,
and get rid of the rest.
And get rid of the rest.
Thank you. What a wonderful thing.
Thank you. What a wonderful thing.
If we had to keep it all inside,
we had to keep it all inside,
what a mess.
What a mess.
We would all weigh 40 tons.
We'd all weigh 40 tons.
And be full of dirty.
And be full of dirty.
Bad. That would really be bad.
That would really be bad.
Dirty, dirty, dirty is good, good, good.
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 Keep going.
Dirty, dirty, dirty is good, good, good. 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 Dirty, dirty, dirty is good, good, good.
Technically speaking, what we just did is known as a reframe, okay? But
Yes.
I've never done one quite like that.
Either.
Okay, so even though I'm in the bathroom, and I'm older now, and I need help,
and
I just thank God that my daughters are there to help me.
I just thank God that my daughters are there to help me.
And